it was always going to be tough. And on Sundowns results when they played Chiefs, we knew that they were back in the hunt for the PSL. So I said to my players, we've got to keep the ball as much as we can. And when we haven't got the ball, we've got to be like dogs today, and we've got to hunt and scrap and fight and defend like heroes. And we did that in the first half. In the second half, we knew they were going to come at us because we got the 1-0 lead. He changed it, brought a few more attacking players on, and we just had to keep us shape. We didn't keep the ball very well in the last 20 minutes, but you can understand that for the youthfulness of my squad. But they all put a shift in, and they all knew the importance of this game, and I'm very, very proud of them and everybody involved. And everybody was happy at the end of the game, and because we've got a young, inexperienced squad, the boyfulness of my players, they were overexcited, and they'll learn from it. They've just got to keep the emotions, to the team, to the dressing room, without disrespecting Pizzo or Mamelodi Sundowns.
Coach, congratulations on the 3 points today. Velile here from SABC.
Hi, Velile.
Yes, Coach. I was listening to your post-match on TV, and you talk about if you can be allowed to do your job. There's something that is not to be happy, and how has that contributed maybe even the situation that you are finding yourself in now, and also how important is for you to confirm your status or to put yourself in a better position in your next game against SuperSport and not wait for the last day of the Chiefs?
Well, we've not confirmed our status. It's given us a boost. We played against Bloemfontein Celtic. We didn't turn up. We played against Amazulu, which was always going to be tough. It's a battle. We played well against Orlando Pirates. We played very, very well against Chipper. And today we've gradually gone up. Although we've had 2 draws and 1 defeat, our performance levels have gone up and gone up and gone up. And that's been fantastic, with what we did today. And we needed a performance today from everybody, the technical bench, the squad, and even the players that didn't travel to the game. My 4 ball boys were Chipazezi, Madondo, Bance, Matumi, and Ungabani. Because I wanted them in the dressing room because they're good professionals. And they're good for the morale of the club because they keep people happy and smiling. So, it's 3 points. That's the end of it. And for your first comment, that's something that's just inside of me. So I'm going to keep that to myself.
Coach, well, obviously, as my colleague, Mr. Velile, said that it's a massive 3 points for you, and this gives you also an opportunity to stay in this league. Would you say to some extent, I mean, a lot was said and done, in the last 15, 20 minutes between your bench and Mamelodi Sundowns. Are you privy to share that? And secondly, it looked like time wasting from your side, and from the way that I know you are a football man, born and bred through and through. Any comments on that, on how your players were reacting in the last 15, 20 minutes, or it's because on how this is important for their lives and careers as well, Coach?
I don't think Ayanda's been. We were lucky that Ayanda, my goalkeeper, played. I've got an 18-year-old MDC player, and imagine me having to play him in one of the biggest games ever against one of the best teams in South Africa. We had to risk Ayanda, and we had to baby him this week because he got a groin problem. So I don't think it was time wasting from Ayanda, and I explained that to Pizzo. The heated exchange we had was the 4th official doesn't know the rules about substitutions. We made 1 substitution in just after half time, then we made a double substitution, and he said that we made all 3 substitutions, which for me was nonsense. So there was a heated exchange because even Mamelodi Sundowns bench were trying to persuade the 4th official and the linesman that we'd made 3 substitutions, but we hadn't, and we got them written down. So, but no, football. You've got to sometimes you've got to time manage. the game. So we were under a lot of pressure because Sundowns were a goal down, and a team like Sundowns, if you give them opportunities without getting yourselves ready, they might have sneaked a draw. They had a ball, I think, across the penalty box that they didn't go on the end of, and Ayanda made an absolute fantastic save at the end where he tipped it over the bar. So yeah, I don't think, as you said, as a football man, I don't like people time wasting, and I've seen it a lot. But genuinely, Ayanda was struggling, with a groin injury, but he's kept a clean sheet, which is fantastic for the club.
Coach Mazola Mulefe here from Soccer Laduma. Dylan, I just want to find out whether it sort of, it motivates you and your men in the final stretch, given what's happened against the so-called big teams. You had, you got a big point against Orlando Pirates, and the coach, whether it's misinterpretation or whether it's misunderstanding of the English language, said small team. And then now Mamelodi Sundowns, I think there were comments made at the end that don't get too excited, you're a relegation team. Does that fire you up for this relegation battle as well in the last few games since the restart?
Well, as a coach, you work with players day in, day out. You know what they can perform and what they can produce in training. Unfortunately, they don't take that same work ethic, that same imagination, that same energy, and that same enthusiasm into games. And it shouldn't be you're playing against. It doesn't matter what team you should play. Your mentality should be, I'm going to give 110%. I'm going to work for my players, my teammates 110%, and I'm not going to let anybody down. So the Pirates coach apologised for his comment, which was fantastic. And my respect for Pizzo is beyond words. But when it comes to the game, I have to plan, how we can manage the game and beat Mamelodi Sundowns. Everybody expected us to get beat today. Everybody maybe have thought, get a point, and then that with your goal difference being so better than other teams, get a point, and that's like having 3 points. But once we got the goal, it was my players wanted to keep that 3 points, and this is what I've got to preach to these players, to change that mentality of being in a relegation battle, which they have been year after year after year. They have to change that mentality. And if I'm allowed, and if I can do it, and if I can, get into the psyche of players to do what they've done today, which is scrap and fight and battle and played ugly football at times, but that's football. You're playing against the Mamelodi Sundowns that, a head and shoulders above us on paper. But if you've got heart, if you've got the stomach, if you've got the balls to say, right, I'm not going to get beat today, and you managed to sneak a goal from Junior, which was a great delivery, great header, then everybody's happy. I'm happy. My chairman's happy. The supporters are happy. But we're still not finished yet. We're still not safe. We've still got SuperSport on Tuesday. Then we've got an even bigger game against Kaiser Chiefs, and I don't even know their result yet. So I don't know if they've gone home happy, or they're in the same boat as Mamelodi Sundowns. I don't know yet.